When deciding on what contemporary horror film to choose for week one, of course, my number one pick had to be The Conjuring. This is James Wan firing off at all cylinders, and it's so much more than your standard haunted house story. When we say contemporary horror, this is a horror in modern times that's able to titillate and capture the imaginations of people across the world. And The Conjuring did just that. It is what we call a modern horror classic. I mean, what's scarier than a movie where the scares happen in the morning? You are surrounded by people in this haunted house and things are still happening. Whereas I feel Insidious really kind of opened the doors to this in your face horror. I felt that towards its third act, it wasn't taken as well as people would have wanted it to be. Whereas The Conjuring, from start to finish, I think is able to tell a story that is equally creepy at all parts. And because of that, it's because all of the scares, they take their time. All of the scares happen behind the character. And I feel this is a perfect build up with the sounds and everything else that happens to allow for a full flourishing, a full horror effect. Dealing with the whole hide and clap scene, or when the little girl gets her leg pulled when she's sleeping, or even the she's right behind you cut to this demon lady jumping off the top of the cabinet to get you. All of these are effective because they take their time and they're believable. For me personally, this is a movie set in the 70s, and you really see a lot of that here. The attention to set piece detail, from the clothes to the vocabulary to the ambiance and the color grade of what's happening. It feels good to see this on screen. And one of my personal favorite horror movie scenes of all time has to be when you have Ed and Lorraine. They have the montage where their team starts setting up all of the cameras in the house. And then all of a sudden we get the song In the Room Where You Sleep by Ryan Gosling's band Dead Man's Bones playing. I think this is a really great scene that really adds a lot to it. And so many elements are happening. It really kind of builds this heroic kind of, we're coming here to save the day, but we know these ghosts don't play. And building off of that, I mean, the movie only works because of the amazing chemistry between Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga as Ed and Lorraine Warren. So whether or not you take everything that happens at face value, I feel them coming into it, and I mean, The Conjuring has become a bit of a franchise itself now. I feel this allows us to kind of go into a series where we can enjoy the scares, but I'm watching it mostly because I want to see these two continue to do their things. It's the new Scooby-Doo adventures, but now it's with Ed and Lorraine Warren. So, The Conjuring, it has elements that will creep you out, will make you afraid, but at the same time, there's enough in there to make you grounded in the idea of the power of family and faith. And I think that's what makes it so effective, because it blends in that realism with that horror. And I feel this is an essential for that reason. So definitely, I hope you guys enjoyed watching The Conjuring or rewatching The Conjuring. It is definitely one of my favorites.